welcome or welcome back. My name is Jennifer, and here on my channel I like to chat about all things beauty and makeup. And today I am going to do my ranking the last 10 palettes that I used. Before we move on and get into the video, if you like palette rankings, if you like project painting content, I hope that you'll give this video a big thumbs up for me and hit that subscribe button. But let's just get into the ranking. I decided that I wanted to do more like tiered rankings. I love watching those, and it kind of makes more sense in my brain to see the tiers because I'm not really going to remember like, oh, that was in 3rd place, that was in 4th place, she said that palette sucked. So I have 4 categories. I have absolutely not, never again. I have meh, it was fine. I have, yeah, I like it. It was pretty good. And then I have, I love it. I definitely want to use it again. So starting out with absolutely not is ColourPop by the Rosé. I actually sat down to do my makeup yesterday, and then I was going to film, and I started using this palette, and I felt like these colors look like absolute trash on me. I don't think it's a bad palette. I think it was me. Like, I just don't think I like these colors on me. I had a similar experience with an all pink Pat McGrath palette where it wasn't quite as bad. Like this, I wiped it off and then I went and just sat and watched TV. I did not finish my makeup. So that one is an easy declutter for me. And it was from my eyeshadow drawer of shame. So I'm slowly working my way through the drawer. In the just okay category, I have one palette. I have the Huda Beauty Wild Jaguar. And this is surprising to me because I have lusted after this palette for I don't know how long. I waited and it was finally on sale for like Singles Day. And I was afraid that if I waited for Black Friday, it would go out of stock. So I went ahead and got it. And I think this was just okay. Now, I'm ranking these based on my experience using the palette that one time, not necessarily how I feel about the palette as a whole. Like my experience on it over the whole time that I've used the palette. It's more like, you know, this month, how did I feel about it? Wow, my hair is doing some things. It felt like the mattes were a little bit difficult at times, and the shimmers did not, like, this center shimmer, I really wanted to be like everything, and well, that's a better swatch. I don't know, it just, it didn't look right in the pan. Like, maybe I just didn't press down hard enough. See, this is why I rank it based on that one experience. So I don't know. I definitely am looking forward to using it again to see if maybe my feelings change on it, especially since that swatched much better than it did the first time. So we'll see. And then I have I liked it. It was pretty good. Maybe I'll use it again. So I have my Odin's Eye Merry Christmas palette. I know it's blasphemy. Everybody lusted after these. Nothing wrong with it. I just, the color story was challenging for sure. I did upload the video where I used this palette. I think I pulled it from no, this wasn't the eyeshadow drawer of shame. Oh, this was the Thanksgiving look. That's right. The Thanksgiving look with DW over at Dub's Beauty Diary, which, by the way, DW, I hope you're feeling better. I really am sorry for everything that you've been going through. It sucks. I'm glad you're home. I'm glad you're with your baby, but please don't overdo it. You know, mom things. So I just wasn't like totally in love with the look I did with this. I thought it was pretty, but maybe like not, I don't know. I feel like I had a like vibe in my head that I was going for, and it just didn't really pan out. Get it? Eyeshadow pans? This pink shade, Bless, it is really pretty though. Like, I can't deny the fact that the shimmers in this palette are really pretty. I just think it's my mediocre skill level. And then I have a surprising palette to me. This is the Adept Cosmetics Samarian Sunset. I love this palette. I love the shimmers in it, but the mattes leave something to be desired for me. I think maybe if I paired this with a palette that has mattes that I think I would probably use with this, I may like it better. So these shimmers are amazing. Like, holy crap. Adept shimmers are some of my favorite. Now, if you don't like putting makeup on with your fingers, you are probably not going to like Adept Cosmetics shimmers. Also, I use the NYX glitter primer with all of the shimmers, regardless of formula, because my eyes are hooded and very full of folds. Like this one is more smooth, and then this one on my middle finger is definitely more like chunky, flaky. You will get fallout with this palette, and that is one kind of complaint I have about all of these. I did have a lot of fallout. Now, I do my eyeshadow before I do anything else, so it's not a huge deal, but sometimes it's still difficult to get that off. But like, look how those Adept shimmers perform. I know it's just a swatch and I have a little bit of light coming through, but oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. Then I have the Odensai Hey Reindeer palette. I like this one a little bit more than the Merry Christmas one, which is surprising to me because so many people fell in love with the Merry Christmas and really weren't as impressed with the color stories here, but I really like the look I did with this one. I think I stuck more with these rosy tones and used like this brown to deepen it up, and then I'm pretty sure I used maybe this shimmer. This is the shade Bells, and that's just like a shade that I've really been into a lot lately. So that's Bells here. Just like a taupey brown nude shimmer. Then I have one more in this category, and that is the Natasha Denona Cranberry palette. I liked this. I enjoyed it. This palette, you're going to get the same look pretty much every time you use it, especially if you're like me and you use like all the shades. But I thought the look that I did with this was really pretty. All right, then we have the I love it, I definitely want to use it again category. So I have the Wander Beauty Trailblazer palette. I really like this. I actually posted my look on Instagram, even though my hair looked like absolute crap because I let it air dry and it was just poofy because I didn't put any product in it. I didn't care. I really liked my look. I used to hate Wander Beauty palettes. Well, the one palette I had from them, I did not like the shimmers, but this one I really do like the shimmers in. My only like negative thing to say about it is that this shade, Divya and Lindsay P, they look like they'd be a little bit different in the pan, but on the eye and in a swatch, they really come off as basically the same shade. Like, there's such a subtle difference to it that they really could have put a different shade in there. Like maybe a like mossy light green or a mossy dark, I don't know. Maybe a super light pink would have been pretty, but you know, it is what it is. It's a beautiful palette. That's my only criticism of it. Then I have the Tartelette Reflections. This is their 25th anniversary palette, and it's very reflective, but it's beautiful. So I stuck mainly in like the berries this time, but I think I'm really going to enjoy this palette a lot. So the mattes were nice and blendable and buildable. The shimmers are beautiful. I'm glad that I waited for a sale to get it, but I definitely like it. Love it. Love it, Jennifer. You would love it. Then I have second to last, my Sigma, or second to first, my Sigma New Mod palette. I love this one. Now, I don't think the Sigma formula is as great as a lot of people make it out to be. There was a side conversation had with another YouTuber about, you know, the people with codes maybe tend to promote it a little bit more than I think is probably worth it on these, but I love my new mod and I love the Corderosa. I had the Enchanted and I hated it. I did not like it at all. My only regret with the new mod is that I didn't keep the beautiful, like, Flavor Saver. Love this one. And then finally, my top palette of the month is the Tartelette Energy. This palette is like more warm leaning, and so normally I don't go for warm tones, but oh my gosh, like I loved the look that I made with this. These mattes are so nice. They don't go on super pigmented, but they're buildable. You can build on them and they don't turn muddy. At least mine don't. And then the shimmers are just beautiful. They're maybe more of a little bit of a traditional shimmer, but I think they still have like some oomph. They still have a little bit of like glitter in some of them. It's a little more scattered, a little more subtle, but it was amazing and I loved wearing it for work. I felt like I was on top of the world and I knew what I was doing. But I didn't. So that is it. That is my palette ranking for today. Let me know, do you have any of these palettes? And if so, how do you feel about them? Do you love them like me? Do you hate them like me? Well, I didn't really hate anything. Well, I kind of hated the ColourPop by the Rosé, but like, it's such a cute palette. I love the packaging. I love the color story in like theory, but in actuality, this is maybe not my journey. Not for me. Sad. So I keep decluttering it and hanging on to it and then decluttering it and then hanging on to it. So I think I at least finally know that I can let that one go. That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more makeup and beauty and project painting content from me, hit that subscribe button and I'll have more coming at you. I hope wherever you are, you have a wonderful day. Bye. And if you'd like to see more makeup and video content from me, makeup and video, I have gotten hot and shiny from Shop a Mustache. Also, I had a root canal today. So on top of my back hurting, which I talked about in my Shop My Stash video, we're also dealing with a root canal. It wasn't that bad. Like the actual procedure itself, I do feel like I'm a little tiny bit swollen over here, but whatever. Yeah, like he was an endodontist, so they use like tinier tools and microscope and well, I guess more precise tools to get in there, because I have an extra root on a tooth that normally only has 3, it has 4, and it ties into the tooth next to it and is extremely narrow. So yay me. This is in fact the second root canal I've had on that tooth, so that's awesome. So